You know what, guys? I love to mess with Texas. I love it. I fucking love messing with Texas. You know why I like messing with Texas? Because Texas ain't as big and bad as they've always tried to portray themselves. All right? Now that I live in Alaska, I know that. We are the biggest state, not Texas. We are the baddest state, not Texas. I'll say that and I'll keep saying it. And I know that pisses off a lot of people back in my old state of Texas. I grew up in Texas for like 24 years, 24 years, and I know it. I've I've seen it. I've been in Alaska for about a year and 2 months already. Bought my first house here and yeah, we're way more pro gun. We got a hell of a lot more hunters than Texas ever did. We're way more into the outdoors. We got a shit ton more parks. There's a lot more wildlife in Alaska than Texas. And I've noticed that even with law enforcement, like the Alaska State Troopers or, you know, Wasilla PD or Palmer PD, they also have that same mindset of, they're not just going to try to just pull people over for, nonchalant shit that they would normally do in the lower 48 or back in Texas. It's completely different, and it goes with law enforcement as well. I mean, there's a lot of examples I can choose from. I one example. Okay, fine. One example I've noticed is that people will come up from the lower 48 with their vehicle. I guess they get here by ferry or something, and they'll have like dark tent or something. And technically, it's illegal in Alaska to have dark tint on your windows. You're almost never going to get pulled over for that. It's usually going to be for something else, like you were speeding. But that's just one example. Like, they're not just going to pull you over just for, like, you know, shit that really is insignificant. It really has a frontier mindset in Alaska, and Texas was not like that at all. That's why I love to mess with Texas. I love to like shit on that goddamn slogan of "Don't mess with Texas, don't mess with Texas." There's one state that will mess with Texas. You know what it is? Alaska, the bigger state than Texas. I give all my fucking friends back in Texas so much shit. I always send them like stuff about uh, showing the size of Alaska and then Texas. And then if they come up here to Alaska, I'm pretty much the welcome wagon for all my friends back in Texas. If they come up here to Alaska, I'm like, the first thing I always tell them is, so how does it feel to be in a bigger state? I just love to fuck with them. They always give me shit. Oh well, you guys have a smaller population, so it doesn't matter. Right here. They gotta fucking find something because what? We're like 700,000 people in Alaska and Texas is 38 million. Eh, don't fucking matter, okay? You know why we have such a small population? Because it's a lot harder to live here. We're tougher than Texans. That's why, Texas. That's why we have a smaller population. Because we're Alaska strong. Texas strong ain't a thing. That's puny. I'm sorry. It's the truth. We have a thing here too where there's a restaurant. I forgot what it was called, but you can get the Texas sized meal. And the Texas sized meal is the kids' meal. How fucked up is that for Texans that come up to Alaska? Oh, can I get the Texas sized meal? Oh, you want the kids' meal? I love that shit, man. I fucking love it because I love to shit on Texas, my old state. Because we're the biggest state. We're bigger than Texas, and it pisses Texans off so fucking much. But I'm just saying, yeah, we are bigger and we are better than Texas. Oh, my cat just jumped on my chair, but where'd she go? Anyways, yeah. We have to deal with a lot more extreme weather than Texans. Like in the winter, there's no sunlight. There's no. Uh, it gets below negative. It's -30 in the winter, and the roads are extreme. If you ever went to Texas and there was snow on the fucking ground, everything shuts down. Everything is like put to a stop. People fucking freak out. They're like, oh my fucking God, I can't get to work, all this shit. No. Like that winter storm that happened a few months ago, earlier this year, when shit hit the fan in Texas and like, you know, they lost electricity and gas and all that. Alaskans look at it like this, like, wow, they can't even handle a little ice on the road. And I know it sounds kind of like fucked up. Well, Braulio, why are you dogging on your old state of Texas? Well, because I bought into that bullshit that, you know, Texas was big and bad and the baddest state in America and all that bullshit. I was fed a lie, bro. I was fed a lie. Alaska's the biggest and the baddest state of all, not Texas. And I'm sure that does piss off a lot of Texans. So, yes, mess with Texas. Mess with Texas all the time if you are from Alaska. Always fuck with Texas. Always mess with Texas. Because you know what? I am. Especially as an ex-Texan. Braulio out.